Welcome into another episode of the 199 Daily. Ryan will not let me officially change it to that, but that's what we're going to get there. We're going to get there. The 199 Daily with your most positive host on the internet, Mr. Ryan Kennel, Mr. 300,000 subscribers himself. How are you doing, Mr. Positivity?
I was doing better before the intro, but not great, but that's pretty much standard for me. Yeah, I don't want to call this the 199 Daily. There's enough problems we have explaining literally everything. The most simple thing that we do is Geeks and Gamers Daily. Even a fucking retard can figure out what that means. Let's not change
it. Now, question, because I do know you do have some stuff going on. Are you going to be able to play Helldivers tonight?
I mean, probably.
So Helldivers at this point is still on.
For right now, yeah. It's on for right now. I do have something that came up, but I'm 90% sure I'll be here for Helldivers.
Okay.
If not, I guess go fuck yourselves. But yeah.
Well, we will still play Helldivers, but may not have Ryan. And that will be happening on your gaming channel, right? Or RK Outpost Live. Is that where you're going to do it?
I'm going to do it on RK Outpost Gaming.
And all that?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do RK Outpost Gaming and Kick. It'll be the first time I've streamed on either of those channels in like 7 months.
All right, there we go.
We're going to bring the dead channels back.
Yeah, and I'll be on D-Day Cover 199, Drunk 3PO, and Beardo. So it's going to be fun. I can't wait. And we're going to do it for democracy, Ryan. And then you're going to be hooked. And then what's going to happen is Ryan's all of like his channel, like Sports Wars and RK Outpost are going to die because he's going to stop making videos. He's just going to be playing Helldivers. That's all he's going to do now. That's what's going to happen.
That's not what's going to happen. That's the opposite of what usually happens. I'm going to make sure to prioritize the main channel. Well, I'm going to make sure I make all of these streams and then my channel after that. And then, yeah. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. But we did have some interesting news happen last night. We had the Xbox Global marketing manager tweeted out something pretty racist and then kind of went in protective mode. I think I saw some tweets where it looks like she's made some clarifications to it, which she still has her account protected. So I'll have to see if I can pull up that tweet. I don't know if you found that one.
I do have one where she issued a clarification.
Okay.
And also got completely and totally ratioed.
Yes.
It is wild to me how many of these, whether they're games journalists or game developers, half the time you can't find them if they're not in protected mode.
I know.
It's insane how quickly they turn that on. As soon as they start getting dogpiled for their bad opinion, they turn protected mode on. They play the victim, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Or you've got people like Alyssa Mercante, who I have not tweeted a single time to any of these people, right? I almost never tweet, period.
Yeah.
But I have not engaged any of these people. I haven't retweeted. I haven't done any of that shit. Alyssa Mercante blocked my ass.
Yep.
I've never fucking said a thing to her.
I even brought that up because we were talking about the Baltimore Bridge situation, and I was like, yeah, I said I have Ryan his tweets on notifications, so I get notifications. Like, and the good thing about that is like because Ryan really doesn't tweet much, so when he does tweet, I know like, well, oh, what's going on? And I was like, when you tweeted, all I saw was "This is terrifying." Now it's like initially I thought it was just like some diversity casting or something.
Just a picture of Leslie Headland.
Yeah. So and then I clicked on it, and that's when I found out. Like, oh shit, this is absolutely horrible. But Dan Vasquez in the chat says mass block software. She probably just did some mass block for like kind of how Star Wars Explained did. You know, when he blocked like anyone that follows me that follows him or whatever.
Yeah, you can do block bot, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure if that's what she did or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's clear like she's been looking at all the videos of her everywhere. Like she's been talking about that. So I imagine she just saw a lot of my videos on me or on her and blocked me. Yes.
It was a good decision by her. If she was trying to get toxicity and racism and all that out of her life. I mean,
not really. I wasn't even gonna say anything. I don't fucking.
I just mean in general.
I just mean in
general. Like blocking you is a good step towards getting the negativity out of your life because you are a very negative person. Even though you know a positive person, I know it was a good decision by her. Like that's the one decision of hers I will support and totally understand. Like if I worked for Kotaku, you'd be the first person I blocked.
Yeah, it's pretty fair. That's a fair statement.
So I totally understand it. But yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. We've got the Disney lawsuit that was dropped, and looks like Ron, dude. I'm telling you, I don't want to we're not gonna get into this big discussion, okay? We're not gonna get into this big discussion, okay? Well, I just saw it, like Ron DeSantis on my feed. Like, did you see he retweeted the Babylon Bee article just now? Like
one of like Ron DeSantis kicked out of the Republican Party for doing something.
Yeah, and him retweeting that with like the shrug emoji. I'm like, this is the only thing that would have made it better is if he would have done the Jordan, the guy that did the Last Dance, that guy, if he would have
the guy in the when they were throwing coins.
The one that did it with Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael,
Like,
the coin
the little skinny white dude who works at United Center. Yeah, Michael Jordan is such a degenerate gambler. Like he will literally throw quarters close to a wall while waiting for some fucking meeting with some poor sap, right? And it's like that's like no money to Jordan. He's doing it for like $20, and Michael Jordan's like so invested in it because it's gambling.
I know,
but
when you're that great, you got to find all these angles. You know what I mean?
That's part of the mentality that like made him who he is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that kind of attitude. Like it doesn't matter. This dude who's signed, like who's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, who's fucking trying to convince some lowly stadium worker to get in a $20 bet with him, like just because he wants to win something.
It's fantastic. It is.
Do you know that he used to? There's a story about Michael Jordan. When you go to a fucking game and sometimes they play those little mini games on screen where like they do a hide a ball and there's cups that might move around. And he used to bet with Scottie Pippen between one of the quarters of like which thing it was going to be. And he did it for like years and years. And it wasn't until much later that Scottie found out Michael would come to the place before the game and talk to like the control person, and he knew what the answer was going to be before every game, and he was doing that to get like $50 out of Scottie Pippen. Like it was nothing.
That's amazing.
He's so committed to that.
I love it. Nothing but respect on that. Now I will say, from what I understand, if we do not reach at least 13 to 15,000 viewers, it will be a failure of a stream, according to Hassan Piker. Did you see that?
I saw Hassan like just in his Discord saying he's gonna kill himself.
We used to be a community.
13,000 people. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's so weird to see like that self-awareness, like the lack of self-awareness from somebody like that. Like, what a freaking loser, man. But hey, it is what it is. What do you expect when you have losers like Hassan Piker? We got Lod689 gifted a Geeks and Gamers membership. Thank you. Big Black Hawk says, hey, that's my bike. Tobias Pretend says, finally got a new video up, played ready or not. Got it recorded and edited, and it's up. Not as good as seeing Ryan play Helldivers 2, but maybe that will be the next game we play. Well, that's great to hear, Tobias, and I would highly recommend playing Helldivers 2. I would highly recommend that because it is it's damn worth every single second you spend playing it. Damn, it's so good. I can't wait to play it again. Very for $20 says, real talk, I want to thank y'all for doing this. It helped. It's a big help recently. I've been trying to beat my corn addiction, and you guys really help with keeping my mind busy. So thank you, and God bless. Well, happy to hear that. Very. And yeah, there's a lot of evils out there on the internet. So
it's not the first time we've heard that. We have heard multiple times that if people are struggling with porn addictions, that if you need to be turned off and let's not think about anything sexually at all, this is the place to go.
This is the place to go right here.
We will get rid of fucking any sense of like temptation or anything like that. Any boner you had is going to fucking go down. That's why I demanded no more Sydney Sweeney thumbnails.
Yeah.
I did it for you, Very. I didn't want to tempt you.
The Leslie Headland thumbnails probably assisted in this big time.
Right.
So we're here to serve. So the Diddler can't stop, won't stop. God, these Puff Daddy things. Like, do you think he's fleed at this point with the new information? Do you think he's on the run? Yeah. Do you think he's gone, or do you think he's that they have gotten him? They have the way they would announce if they've detained him.
I feel like it would be announced if they had him. I think he's in whatever fucking place that is that doesn't have an extradition. But I believe so, because originally it looked like there was videos of him like while he was getting arrested, but it turns out that was from like a day before that TMZ had got that stuff. So I think he's on the run.
It's wild, man.
But even just there's like a couple. I've only seen a couple little things of the filings, but there's going to be some big names that get involved in this shit.
Jay-Z.
Cuba Gooding Jr.'s named in it.
Cuba Gooding Jr. Dude, the Cuba Gooding Jr. situation is so weird because he was going to be a mega star. I guess, what was it? Was Jerry Maguire the first kind of massive hit that he had? Was that his breakout role? I think it was Jerry Maguire, if I'm not mistaken. And then Men of Honor was fantastic. Man, Men of Honor is such a good movie, such a good performance. Did he do anything really after those two? Like, I know he did smaller. Like, I know he did like Snow Dogs.
Sled Dogs? Yeah,
no, I like Snow Dogs. Snow Dogs is good. Snow Dogs is good. Really good. Then he did like what was the gay cruise movie or whatever?
Yeah. So this is just a screen, just one section from 73 pages that somebody tweeted out. This is talking about Mr. Jones produced 9 songs on Mr. Combs' Love album. Mr. Jones lived with Mr. Combs from time to time, or for months at a time, spending holidays, birthdays, blah, blah, blah. Throughout his time, Mr. Jones witnessed, experienced, and endured many things that went far beyond his role as producer on the Love album. The claims raised have been corroborated through witness statements, video, audio, blah, blah, blah. Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to record him constantly. On several occasions, Mr. Combs took Mr. Jones' cell phone and began recording himself. As a result, he secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaged in serious illegal activity. Mr. Jones has secured irrefutable evidence of, and this is like whatever, illegal drugs. I don't think that would surprise anybody. Displaying and distribution of unregistered illegal firearms. Well, I guess that's not like the craziest thing in the world. Laced alcoholic beverages to minors and sex workers at his homes. Mr. Combs' chief of staff instructing her staff to retrieve drugs for him. Christian Combs drugging and sexually assaulting a woman. Mr. Combs detailing how he planned to leverage his relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes to soften the impact. Young Miami's cousin and or assistant sexually assaulting Mr. Jones, so him.
Cuba!
Actor Cuba Gooding Jr. sexually harassing and assaulting Mr. Jones. And then these are the ones that I'm really interested in. Rapper Redacted on Mr. Combs' yacht consorting with underage girls, sex workers. R&B singer Redacted in Mr. Combs' Los Angeles home consorting with underage girls and sex workers. So I think that's what a lot of the rest of this lawsuit's going to look like. A lot of people that names might be hidden. Who knows if they're going to come out or not.
Holy crap.
Like the redacted ones. Why didn't Cuba get redacted?
I know.
They threw Cuba Gooding Jr.'s gay ass right under the bus, didn't they? Like, you're washed up. You ain't got shit to lose. Fuck you.
That's so messed up, man. Cuba deserves better. He was in Pearl Harbor, man. Give him a break. Man, you could have redacted him for a little while. You didn't have to throw him under the bus like that. I stand with Cuba Gooding Jr. Yeah, I'm not racist. I have a black actor that I'm a fan of.
It's like Cuba Gooding Jr. is like Don Lemon.
Dan Vass says, what is redacted? That's what happens when you send money. They redact it here on my channel for your shit currency.
But no, yeah, the Diddy situation is crazy.
It really is, and I think it's only going to get worse. And I mean, yeah, if you like, you know who I want to hear from? You know who I want to hear from? What is Mace up to? What does Mace know? After all these years, like, because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, after like Puff Daddy and the Family came out, and they had like More Money, More Problems, and all that shit, and all those hits. Mace kind of went away from all of that.
He quit for a long time. For like what, 5 or 6 years he was gone.
Yeah, he like completely stepped away from all of that. What does Mace know? That's what I need to know. So we'll find out one day, maybe. But yeah, with Jay-Z and Beyonce potential involvement, I wonder what Kanye is going to ultimately say about all this. And then 50 Cent's dropping a lot of knowledge, a lot of hints.
Kanye's going to say something that has nothing to do with anything. Kanye's going to be like, man, it's really interesting who Diddy's lawyer is, isn't it? I'm not going to say the type of person Diddy's lawyer is, but you know what I'm saying. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Two Olgi, 2 assault for 2. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you. Boba Yogi for 2. Stream Helldivers with Sounds Like Pizza. Who sounds like pizza? I like pizza. But I don't know who that is. Vermithor. I can't wait to see you this year. Tired of these fools hiding when they say stupid stuff and then hiding it or deleting it. Say something and own it. Hail, boys, keep fighting. They do not like criticism.
They don't, man. They don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why you would do that. I mean, I say a lot of dumb shit on social media. I'll get dragged every now and then. It's just part of it. Yeah. I don't know. It's weak.
Peace or utter destruction for 5. Off topic, sorry. Bad Batch sucks. Filoni sucks. The Stargrift Omega impressions are the only worthwhile thing to come out of it. Well, he even lost those now, too. So sorry about that. Peace or utter destruction. Diddy Diddle for 5. I looked into Black Girl Gamers. Turns out they weren't as young as advertised. They weren't girls at all.
Damn it, man. Holy crap. Holy crap.
Thank you, Diddy Diddle.
That was good.
Kyle Denson for 5. So, about that RTU versus Melanie Mac fight on the Lolcow podcast.
I thought that was fucking hilarious, man. Melanie crushed it. She went on there and Review Tech just he made it. It's not that hard to make himself look stupid these days, and it's crazy because I used to be a fan of the guy. I used to be a fan of his channel, but yeah, he looked really dumb in that situation. I watched it live.
I have not watched it yet, although I am subscribed to the Lolcow podcast, but I haven't watched it yet, so I'm sure I'll catch up on it. Yeah, embarrassing. I think all you have to do to embarrass Rich is like donate money to him.
Yeah, dude.
He does it to himself at this point.
Yeah, it's
from
really
what I've heard.
Bad. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Gremlin Anku for $20. Gundam on his last live stream shows there's a block list with over 25,000 people's accounts on it because of trans hate. Probably blocked you because you're on it. I'm actually not on that list. I checked for myself.
I heard I haven't verified it, but I heard I was on that list, which I would just like to thank my family, my friends, and my community for allowing me to get to this point in life where I'm on that list. But I was told I was. I haven't looked into it yet. But it would make me happy if I am.
I'm not on it. Last I checked, I probably just don't tweet enough about trans people. So, George Ramirez for 5. Can't wait to see Ryan pissed in Helldivers 2 and Beardo or Drunk 3PO drop bombs on him due to friendly fire and him yelling, "Are you retarded?" LOL. Yeah. Love you guys. Yeah, I need to download that game still.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to download it and play like one game just so I know the controls, and then I'll play with you guys. That's my plan.
Yeah, there's a little tutorial to go through and everything. So,
Taker for 2. When is G&G going to stream Validate, Jeremy?
We definitely want to get some really good representation on here. But I tried to, like, I applied to Black Girl Gamers, and I was like, well, I mean, I'm black from the waist down. I'm not a girl, but I'm black from the waist down, and they rejected my application. So I tried.
I would consider streaming Validate just to make fun of it. Orangutan for 199. No Diddy is the new no homo, apparently. B-Man member for 4 months. High T boys are better hosts than you guys. Get Jay and Beardo, aka New Guy, back.
New Guy back.
That's fine with me. Johan Paste becomes a channel member. Thank you. Jeremy Wormy for 2. Diddy is planning on writing a book named if I diddy it.
If I,
God, the fucking memes are out of control with this shit.
the jokes write themselves.
Sophie for 13 months. Hail 199 bros. Any advice on balancing vids and full-time job? I cannot grow my anime channel. Anyway, love the chat fellowship in 199. Well, it's just
I didn't grow my channel until I got laid off from a job and really had no choice but to start making videos. We can't all be Ryan, who had a really respectable job and built a YouTube career at the same time.
none of that matters because every time these fucking people don't let me say, why don't you get a real job?
I know.
I kind of had one.
I know.
But the thing that you have to do is you have to carve out time for it. You have to decide how much time you're willing to commit to it. If that's 2 hours, 1 day a week, then that's what you do. And you focus on using those 2 hours to get one video out per week. And you say, okay, that's good. And if you're able to squeeze more time or prioritize a little more, then you can, but don't try to overpromise to yourself. Don't be like, I'm going to make 4 videos this week when you know damn well you don't have fucking time for that. So just figure out what you can do at your pace. Tobias for 10. Oh, I have it. I'm rank 20, and I've been working on saving up for orbital rail cannon. Those Chargers and Bile Titans won't stand a chance. Red also has it, but we need 2 more for a team game.
You can still do it, but if you still have 2 people, you can still run duos. And then you can have randoms join if you want, which can be very funny. But also with the friendly fire aspect, having randos join you is obviously a slippery slope.
Yeah, that's true. Andrew CR for 2,500. Netflix presents Jeffrey Epstein starring P. Diddy. Dan Vaz donates $1, which is around 20 cents, which is then, then it's about 14 cents after YouTube takes their 30% cut. And if Dan Vaz purchased this on, say, like an iPhone or something like that, then there's another App Store charge. So that's about 10 cents right there. Thank you,
Dan. Appreciate that, buddy. Thanks. Yay. Fucking bullshit.
Top dog for 199.
And then we had to waste time acknowledging it and then breaking it down. Like, he gets way too much out of these. It's bullshit.
I use it to shame him, so I feel like it kind of works that way, I guess.
I hate Dan Vask.
Yeah, me too. Tomac, or not Tomac, Top Dog for 199. What is y'all's favorite Xbox 360 game?
Favorite Xbox 360 game? I mean, are you talking like exclusive on the 360?
Was Halo 2 360? What was
Halo 3 was the launch title for 360. Okay. So, but like my favorite game that I ever played on the Xbox 360 was Half-Life 2 on the orange box, but that obviously was not an exclusive game on the 360. I loved playing Gears of War back in the day. I was a late bloomer to the Halo games, but once I did play Halo 3, it truly blew my mind. And that's when I played Combat Evolved when it first came out, like just a little bit. And then I was like, didn't really go back to it. And then later on, a friend of mine wanted to play co-op. Me and him play co-op on Halo 3. And I played through Halo 3 and I was like, this is unfucking believable. And then I went back and played Halo 1 and 2. Yeah, Orange, I'm just going to go with Half-Life 2 because Half-Life 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, and I did play that on the 360 for the first time.
See, I had a PlayStation like all through. The first Xbox I had was Xbox One, so I never owned a 360. The only time I did was when I went over to other people's house and played it. So for me, like the only like ton of memories I have specifically on Xbox are Halo.
I didn't realize
pretty much what we always played.
I didn't realize my green screen was on. I have a green screen. What the hell's going on? Why is my green screen on? That's so weird.
Don't know.
Now,
I mean, it's not right now.
Now, I just turned. No, Chrono Cross was like showing up in the green screen. I guess I had the box checked on StreamYard because I am in Pensacola right now, so there's no green screen behind me right now. So Chrono Cross was kind of like bleeding through. Somebody said it in the chat, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? I don't have that on. So there we go.
That's weird.
Now it's off. That is pretty weird.
Maybe it was just the TV was like a right shade of green or something, and it was like picking it
No,
up?
it clicked. I had green screen clicked on the virtual background on here. I guess that was defaulted because so I just set up my Meta PC here in Pensacola from Orlando, so I'm not on my other computer that I've had. I just set that up yesterday, so I guess it was still pulling from how I had my old setup in Orlando.
Got it. I had no fucking
Jeremy
idea.
is hiding Diddy in the back. LOL.
He didn't make it all the way to Miami. It was like a whole trick, right? He jumped out of the plane and parachuted to Pensacola while his plane landed in Miami to throw off everybody.
Oh man. What is this guy saying? Gamer isn't a lifestyle, girls go outside. Or I could just sit here and fucking make money and roast people like you. I prefer that. Is that okay?
Gamer isn't a lifestyle, girls go outside. I do. I have to fucking go to like Universal sometimes. It's awful. I have to be in the sun. I have to go out there.
It's true.
My God, it's miserable.
And also, we are kind of doing a big Vegas meetup with a lot of awesome people, and I think that requires going outside and traveling. And yeah, then we do have a whole theme park channel that we go outside for.
Sports channel.
We have a sports channel.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out though. Someday, Jeremy will go outside.
One day we'll go outside. Man, sucks.
But I wanted to talk about gaming because of that chat. So we got to talk about this Microsoft bitch. You talked about it last night, but I thought there's a couple like interesting things that have kind of played.
Wait, pretty sure he's talking about you, Jeremy. Sounding sarcastic towards the Black Girl Gamers. Well, if that's the case, then one of us, let's go. We're all about sarcasm towards Black Girl Gamers. I don't know. I don't know if he was talking about.
Why were we talking about? I didn't even know we were talking about Black Girl Gamers.
I don't either. I don't know who he was talking about. You got to be more specific on your sarcasm. And at the end of the day, as I've said, when I've made mistakes calling people out in the past, if you come back and just roast me for incorrectly roasting you, you'll get along just fine in the G&G world. But if you're just like, oh my God, he was mean to me, and you were never gonna last here to begin with.
He also said get some sun, so I don't think he's talking to the Black Girl Gamers. I think they're fucking dark enough, just to guess. Like, unless he's talking about them needing to get some vitamin D, but I could think about they need that for other reasons, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna be real. I don't need any new people in my fucking life. I fucking hate enough people that I currently know. I don't feel like knowing anyone else. That's how I feel about it.
Oh man.
But anyway, speaking of ugly women, let's talk about this.
That looks like Hollywood Scholar.
That?
Yes. Looks like Hollywood Scholar.
What do you think about, I know Valiant Renegade and John Trent from that Park Place were on the stream the other day. What do you think about every fucking Park Place article you pull up? Valiant Renegade's creepy ass just looking at you side eye. It's weird.
It is very fucking weird. It's like Valiant Renegade is judging you right now. You know what I mean? Like it bothers me. I didn't really realize what was going on the first time I saw that. And yeah, like, why is it like that?
I don't know. Look at him.
Yeah, it's really concerning. I'm going to vote that we need to get that changed, Valiant. That Park Place crew, that's just weird.
It's creepy. It looks like he's trying to decide if he wants to fuck you or not.
I know. Or maybe he's judging the character that
Every
looks
headline.
like Jed. Yeah.
Maybe that's true. But this tweet got a lot of people's attention yesterday. The Quartering tweeted out. A lot of people were talking about this. Mark Kern was talking about it as well. But it's from Kelly Lombardi, the global head of marketing for Xbox, apparently. Raise your hand if you're not a white man and you buy video games. No hate to white dudes, just another day in the gaming industry that minorities have to fight to prove they exist.
Oh my God.
Well, this tweet has since been deleted, by the way. And of course, this person's account is now protected.
Of course.
Global games marketing at Xbox, Kelly Lombardi. But it's really created an interesting conversation because it caught somebody's attention. Elon Musk. It should not be acceptable for any company in the gaming industry to be racist and sexist against white guys, following Ashley St. Clair retweeting quartering. All of this stuff is getting a lot of people's attention right now. But I thought it was funny and ironic that it's the head of marketing for Xbox that's tweeting this out at the same time where you got Phil Spencer saying, hey, you know, it's kind of concerning that there's no growth in the games industry right now. There's a lot of layoffs going on, projected to have fewer money and fewer players next year for one of the first times. You have Microsoft specifically apparently recommending to their game developers that female characters, you know, we shouldn't sexualize them. We shouldn't make them look attractive. They should wear proper clothing. And if we shouldn't have games reinforcing any negative gender stereotypes. Isn't it convenient that this is all happening apparently at Microsoft?
It's very convenient and it's not surprising at all. And again, man, so I talked about this in my video last night. First of all, there is no minorities fighting to prove they exist in the gaming industry. That is the most retarded thing that anybody's ever said. As I said, when you play video games, when you go into a gaming lobby, no one gives a shit who you are, what color you are, whatever. Does that mean that people don't say like racial things in lobbies? Of course they do. It's a fucking gaming lobby, but it's just the two people that get made fun of the most in a gaming lobby, and I said this, the person that does the worst on the team and the person that does the best. Because the person that does the worst gets roasted because they suck. And the person that does the best gets roasted because they're the best. And they get accused of cheating and hacking the whole fucking time. And they get called gamer words more than anybody. It doesn't matter. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares about these things. And so you have the head of global marketing that is clearly making it known that they have something against white men. And they are making up fake narratives about minorities having to fight to exist in gaming, which is, again, these people don't understand the entire industry they're in. I have breaking news for you, Kelly. Nobody gives a fuck about your opinions. Nobody. You're not paid for your opinions. Not one single person with a working brain cares about your opinion. They care about a company making fun video games and shutting the fuck up. It's just like athletes, just like Hollywood actors. No one gives a shit about your opinions, period.
Yeah, and of course she ended up deleting that and you know, putting out a clarifying statement. Microsoft Global Marketing Manager deleted her tweet after Madam Savvy corrects her. Look at this right here, because she says, "Why do you feel the need to phrase the tweet like this? Why can't you say raise your hand if you like games? Are you aware the largest demographic of gamers is Asian, not white men? What fight is happening today? I know the demographic information isn't accurate. I never said it was." Okay, and then puts this out. "I deleted my last tweet because it was poorly worded, lacked context, and didn't accurately reflect how I felt. The gaming industry is incredibly diverse, and the more voices we have creating, watching, and playing games, the better. There's room for everyone." Got fucking ratioed. Got ratioed, and then she protected her account because everybody knows it was just fucking damage control. Yep. But this is happening in each and every day. You have another dev or PR relations person or games journalists that are just exposing themselves.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to continue on. I mean, this stuff is, and I'm waiting for the the misogyny narrative. I tweeted that meme out, you know, the meme of throwing the opinions over the wall and then opinions get thrown back at her and then it's misogyny. I'm waiting for those accusations of she's going to come up with the, "I was doxxed, I was sent death threats, I was sent horrible messages by men." That victim narrative is almost certainly going to happen because that's the way they try to spin this situation. Because ultimately what they want is to take all of the attention off of her. They want places like Kotaku and Polygon to write articles defending her against the misogyny, the rampant misogyny in the gaming world that she's facing. And it's trying to take attention off of the very thing that she said. And again, this sounds like Brie Larson's comments. This sounds like that one chick, the former Sweet Baby Inc. Am I saying I hate white dudes? No. But, you know, like it's always this. It's always, identity politics.
Maybe
is
if
a
I had
cancer.
said that before my Batman review, I wouldn't have
Yeah.
got so much heat. That's all you had to do.
Exactly. Say, am I saying I hate black dudes? No.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that
would have
would have
solved
helped.
everything.
I'm sure that would have helped.
Clearly, it would have fixed all of my problems with my Batman review.
But yeah, so I mean, this is just more of the insight into these people that try to hijack industries and brands that have a level of success. And the question really gets into like, who made the decision to put this person in the position of head of global marketing for Xbox? Who made that decision? What type of retard are you to make that decision? And hopefully we'll find more answers out from this. But I personally am not the biggest fan of Xbox. I never have been. I've played and owned Xboxes, but they've always been my least favorite console. Even though I thought the 360 was probably the best pure console of that generation, I just have a hatred for Microsoft and Xbox. I just do. I can't stand them. I've always hated Xbox.
Yeah, I grew up on PlayStation, and it wasn't until I had an Xbox One at the same time I had, I don't know if it was right when it came out or not, but yeah, that was the first Xbox I actually owned, and I didn't decide to keep on. I didn't buy into the Xbox Series X or S or whatever, obviously, either, because I've got a PC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Microsoft taking L's everywhere apparently right now.
And maybe Phil Spencer can buy Nintendo, since he seems to think he can buy Nintendo, which is just insane. You're not going to buy Nintendo, Phil Spencer.
Probably not.
That would be the literal worst thing that would ever happen to the gaming industry if Nintendo was purchased by Xbox. That would be horrible. That would be the gaming industry being college footballed. What I mean by that is I think college football is just ruined right now with the transfer portal and the paying the players and all that shit. Like if Nintendo didn't exist as Nintendo and they were bought by Xbox, that would fundamentally change the gaming industry for the war. That would be bad. That would be terrible.
We just got a $50 super chat.
50
from, I still don't know what your name is. I don't know if it's Io or Low. I don't know. But for 50 pounds, hi diddle dee dee, a rapper's life for me, a high silk hat and a private plane, a watch of gold, a diamond chain. Hi diddle dee dum, a rapper's life is fun. Stop and buy out a candy store, get in your jet and flee the law. It's the rapper's life for me.
Oh man. That was good. Somebody says at least you could live stream play their games then, talking about Xbox. I live stream Nintendo all the time. Nintendo has some retarded policies, and they've at least corrected some of those terrible policies, but you can stream their games.
Chris Bolts for 2. Your black scent needs some work, Ryan. I'll work on it. Jeremy always tells me not to talk like that, so
yeah, very offensive.
It offends him.
Yeah.
Malacot, remember for 10 months, Ryan's immune system would have crushed the pizza flu that tried to stop Jordan before it could get started. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't get the flu from eating a pizza or whatever the fuck. Food poisoning.
No, Ryan eats like really old gas station pizza, and it does not affect him at all.
Yes. Yeah, food's never gonna fuck me up.
At some point, it will get you. Like, so I mean, I still eat whatever I want. But there's like the one thing I've had to stop drinking is chocolate milk. I haven't been able to drink chocolate milk consistently in like 15, 20 years. But when I was like in my early, like 20, I used to go to McDonald's to get like 2 or 3 double cheeseburgers and eat them and then just down a whole like half gallon of chocolate milk. That had no effect on me whatsoever. And people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, chocolate milk is amazing. Get the fuck out of my face.
I have never liked chocolate milk that much.
I
would rather drink regular milk. I really like milk. I don't need chocolate in it. I don't know why that is. It's not like I don't like chocolate. I love chocolate. I just don't really want to drink chocolate milk. I don't know.
Dude, chocolate milk is so fucking good. It's so good.
Dixie Normus for 2 says, hello, Ryan. Hello, dicks. SBZ for 5. This might get you in trouble, but you can play the Trump reaction to Puffy case, the one that got retweeted by 50 cents.
I played it last night.
50 cents.
50 cents.
I think I retweeted it. But yeah.
Look there. Ryan only likes white.
For real, it's true. Like regular ass milk.
I'll pull it up. I did last night. I played it on Cobra Cast.
Tomac for 20. I managed to get into the Synduality CBT. It seems good so far. I'll tell you more once that NDA is up. And Jeremy, I'm working on games in the bio joke. So far, I have only cataloged my PS2 games.
Nice. Tomac.
Synduality.
Let me see here. All right. Here we go, everybody. I'm not confirming or denying if this is real or AI, but you be the judge. You be the judge. Here we go.
Puffy, you stupid ass nigga. I told you stop fucking with R. Kelly. I said, grab them in the pussy. Don't kidnap the pussy. They raided your shit. I see. I got a courtesy call when they raided my house. You really fucked up, my nigga. Can I get a copy of the Meek Mill sex tape? Please, nigga. Puffy.
50 Cent tweeted that out.
You're just like, I think this man's gonna be the next president, but I don't know, or something like. And after, the thing that does fucking irritate me is on every single tweet he fucking links like G-Unit store or something. It's so cringe.
I know.
How many people are buying G-Unit shit right now? I saw some video he posted where it was like Tony Yayo getting fucking like attacked by a dog with like one of those big suits on. Like, I'm like, how are these fucks still doing things together? I didn't even know it was a thing. Do you remember the G-Unit video game?
I don't remember a G-Unit video game.
Oh my god, dude! Like it had all like it had all of these guys, and it was like a fucking game where you went around and you're just a criminal and shit.
I don't remember the G-Unit video game. I mean, I liked 50 Cent's first album, especially when the Indie Club dropped, you know, and then he had like Wanksta. You remember that song? I like
Bulletproof.
Really?
Yeah.
But I didn't. I wasn't like really into like the whole G-Unit stuff big time. Like I was a massive Tupac fan back in the day. Punch McLightning said I had it. Shout out to Punch McLightning with all that AI artwork. That's all he's doing.
I 100% played the fuck out of this thing. But you had like had everybody that was part of the fucking crew like appear in different ways in the game.
Was M in it?
No, I don't think so. But 12 fucking years ago, that's what this trailer. Oh, no, hold on. It was released in 2005.
Pull up the trailer. Let's watch it. Let's do a reaction to it.
This is an old ass trailer.
I never played this game. This is gonna be funny as hell right here. Holy crap! Look at this shit.
Yeah, it's one of the ones that looks like this. 240. That's all we get. All right. You hear it?
Yeah.
It's mine. It's yours is mine. I run these streets. This whole city is mine. I
kind of want to play it now. Yes. I want to play this so bad.
Oh, blew him away.
Hell yeah. Get him, Fitty. Get him.
course, the game's not like this at all. Like if I remember, the game's basically just like
all
the game's
cinematic.
basically a GTA ripoff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
that was all
that's how it
cinematic.
felt. I wonder if there's any.
There's the walkthrough.
Only 3 hours, huh? Picnic in the woods.
That's 4K. Let's go.
Look at this shit.
Dude, I want to play this.
Yeah, I played the fuck out of it, man.
This looks awesome.
I want to see him talking to people.
All the pussy he got, I probably should have figured that out myself.
I bet he got some freaky shit up on his messages. I'm gonna put it on speaker.
You have 4 messages. Message 1. Hey, baby, it's me. Hit me back. Message 2. Ooh, I'm missing you bad, baby. Call me. Message 3. Where you at, motherfucker? You said you was gonna call me. Message 4.
What else we got here?
You try bugs.
You know, I heard bugs know some shit.
Yeah, this is it. So it was. I loved it. I thought it was fun as fuck.
It looks fun.
Yeah.
It actually looks pretty cool. So,
yeah, I don't know what fucking reminded me of that. Oh, 50-cent G unit. All right.
That's right. That's right.
We got that one. Ace Shinigami for $10.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. You guys inspired me. I'm now at 87 subs, almost to 100. Let's go. Birthday stream tonight for me, 199.
Nice.
Let's go. Going to be streaming Helldivers 2.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Elite Neo for 5. Hey, Ryan, just don't frag yourself with a grenade during the Helldivers tutorial like Craig did. Emailed and DM'd you the clip, Jeremy.
All right, let me check that out. Look at this. This just broke. Sam Bankman-Fried sentenced to 25 years in prison. SBF, 25 years in prison. Damn. That's gonna
age quickly in there, I think.
Yeah, I think he's gonna definitely make somebody's girl. He's gonna be somebody's girlfriend. That's
he's gonna have his each pocket, like he's gonna be hanging onto a pocket in there, I think. Christian Rocker for 5. Do y'all ever think of quitting YouTube due to having doubts, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, I mean, I think about quitting YouTube all the time. Not now, but I'm saying like in the early days, I thought about it because I mean it's a tough grind. It's a very tough grind. And
his channel was like below 1,000 subs for years or something, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I've talked about with the Geeks and Gamers side of things, like just I created Geeks and Gamers in 2012. It didn't really become successful until 2018 in terms of like any financial success. So I literally just sat there and just poured money in G&G for years while not making a lot of money. And so I was always questioning if I should keep going, if I should keep moving forward. Should I just get a normal job? People around me were judging me and questioning what you're doing. Why are you doing this? Yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, I mean, it's normal to go through doubts and things like that.
Yeah, I think, well, once Jeremy finally made the decision to never show his hair to anyone again, the channel blew up. It's kind of how it worked. So just think about that. If
I did show my hair. I got a whole hair video. I titled it SJWs Fail Again or something like that. I'm sitting by the pool with my hair. It's like, what did I title that stupid fucking video? Something about SJWs like fail again.
SJWs are lying again.
Yeah. I'm sitting there like running my fingers through my hair.
Top dog for 199. Is it me or does John Cena look like Ernest now? He does.
He does, actually. He does.
Jester of Roanoke for 2. Dan Vasquez will bankrupt Geeks and Gamers via worthless super chats. Probably.
It's true. It is true.
Donna Hall for 10. Dan, please donate a real amount. Women don't like cheap men.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah. Whoa. Ask it and called out, Dan.
Yeah, Dan, come on, step up, bro. Dan, I'm going to teach you. I know you have problems with the ladies. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to impress them. If you drop big super chats on a Geeks and Gamers stream, it really impresses the ladies because they realize, oh wow, this guy has money. This is the kind of guy I want to be involved with. Okay. I'm just trying to help you, Dan. I'm just trying to help you, buddy.
Yeah. We're trying to help Dan Vask attract women under the age of 70. So
Dan doesn't care. He doesn't like women.
fair enough. Orangutan for 5. I was getting material from my door hardware guy yesterday. He was telling me about some metal singer covering Amazing Grace. Told him Dan was gay. Sophie for $2 says, never forget #RaccoonGate. What is RaccoonGate?
It's something in the Discord that happened.
Okay.
Our Discord, our Geeks Gamers Discord.
Brian Doyle for 5. Hey, boys. Base has been talking about Diddler recently. There are clips on YouTube. Hail chat, hail the 199.
Really?
There you go.
Interesting. Okay.
Eagle Eye for 199. Crazy. I thought I saw Jeremy at Raceway on Brent.
When? Because I was there. I'm pretty sure I was there yesterday in my Mustang.
Well,
if I'm not mistaken. So
might be where he saw you.
Yeah. Who was that said that?
I literally deleted the starred super chat, so I don't remember.
I got the list pulled up on let's see.
Rumble. Jose Contreras for $1. The way to play Helldivers is start easy difficulty to hardest. Best way to experience new enemy types by working up the difficulty. Starting on the hardest difficulty kills the experience. Okay. And then Lord of the Reef for $1 says, what's all these pedophilic gay people from outer space doing in the rap industry? Where are we? Oh, Roscoe for 5. Old pussy is better than no pussy, Dan. There. Valiant looking at you like Big Brother in 1984. Shout out Comics Division. Thank you. Dis some bullshit. Lofty Beardo for 199. In a vacuum, Last Jedi is the best sequel film. What do people mean when they say prove we exist? Are they ghosts or Bigfoot or something? I only say that about aliens or the Loch Ness Monster. Games for the win for 10. Hey, bros. Love you, bros. Only in caps, bros, as I get judged by 24 or 240p Ryan. Thank you, Games, for the win.
Dan Vask with an $18 super chat. $18. Thank you, Dan. 18, that's being generous. It's probably more like 8. What do you think? After all the cuts, after all the bullshit, what do you think after taxes, after YouTube, after
but it's probably about $11.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Thanks.
Because I assume Dan uses an iPhone just because gay.
It's true.
That's my guess.
Dan is gay.
Thank
Ryan
you.
is a positive guy, and Jeremy never banged any farm animals.
To be honest, that is probably like a month's mortgage, so it's probably meaningful to him. Thank you, Dan. Let's see.
Jeremy lost money on that transaction. Yeah,
pretty much. Anak Maman. The first time Beardo saw himself in a movie was when he saw Cuba Gooding Jr.'s performance in Radio. That goes to show you don't need to be the same race as a movie in order to empathize with them. Take that, wokesters. Thanks, Anak Maman.
Radio is a good movie. Seriously, what happened to Cuba Gooding Jr.?
He had a bunch of gay sex.
Yeah, that usually elevates you in Hollywood.
Well, he got caught with somebody, didn't he?
I think so.
Like,
didn't he get like a hit? Didn't he go to jail or something for assault?
I thought so. Yeah, I remember like him in handcuffs, and it was all about like something he did to a dude. Let me find it really quick.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely. I don't know if he went to jail, but I feel like he did get arrested for something.
It like happened in a bar or something, right?
And this was a few years ago, if I'm not.
I always
mistaken.
get him and Don Lemon's story confused.
Well, the thing is this was relatively recent. Like this was in the last few years that this happened with him. But what my point is what happened to him after like Jerry Maguire and Radio and Men of Honor, because it felt like the dude was heading to be a massive star. Didn't he win the Oscar for Jerry Maguire? I believe he won the Oscar, if I'm not mistaken, for like best supporting actor. And he went on stage and he did this big like speech. And he was excited and everybody was clapping for him. Everybody's crying and happy. And this is a great moment for black people, all this shit. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was in Rat Race. I forgot about that. Derek, he was in Rat Race. Yes, he did. Yeah, best supporting actor. Yes, I remember that. And so at that point, I felt like he was going to become this massive star. And then he just kind of went nowhere. And I remember, everybody was excited because he was going to be in like Pearl Harbor, and he was in like 2 scenes. You remember that? Yeah, and then and then what was the other movie he was in? He was in the movie for like 1 fucking second. A Few Good Men. Remember that? He was in A Few Good Men. He did like 1 scene in the courtroom where he walked in and testified.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And then he was gone. And it was like, what? Where's Cuba? Where's Cuba at?
So it looks like he forcibly grabbed a woman's tits in a bar or something in June of 2019, and he eventually pled guilty but didn't do any jail time. But yes, that's what he did. It was Don Lemon that did something to a dude in a bar.
Is that
like,
the problem?
Didn't Don Lemon like put his hands like on his junk and then like make a dude smell it, like put his hands under the other dude's face? Isn't that what happened to Don Lemon?
I can't remember, but I do think that if Cuba actually grabbed a woman's tit, that probably is why they excommunicated him from Hollywood, because they're like, we can't have no straight black men running around Hollywood.
Yeah, according to the Diddy lawsuit, he's been fucking with Mr. Jones.
I know, but
whoever Mr. Jones, I didn't even look into the lawsuit to see what it is. Just referred to as Mr. Jones.
like counting. I wonder if they're gonna bring Counting Crows into this now. Is that what the Mr. Jones song was about? You think?
I don't know. Maybe.
Hollywood's such a fucked up place. The entertainment industry is full of fucked up people.
That gay cruise he went on, maybe that was like the turning point in his career where he realized he liked dudes. Don't know how he wouldn't figure that out already in Hollywood. But we did have to talk about this really quick. We didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday, but obviously for the past 2 years, Disney's been involved in a war here in the state of Florida, and it's one of their own making. They were the ones who, I think it was around 2 years ago, when Bob Chapek decided, then CEO Bob Chapek decided to give in all the pressure, not only from Bob Iger, but also from activists at the company, and make the statement that Disney is inherently political. This family-friendly company decided that was where they were going to put their flag in the ground and say, hey, you know what? All you families out there with kids, we think that teachers should be able to sexualize kindergartners. That's what we as a company, as Disney, believe, and we're going to fight for it. That fight did not go well for them. They lost all their special privileges in the state of Florida. They sued Ron DeSantis and the state of Florida to try to desperately get their power back. They tried some last-minute bullshit renegotiation, new contract that everybody in the media claimed was going to work. Well, here we are 2 years later. None of that has worked. And Disney officially has dropped all of their lawsuits against Florida as part of a settlement. Florida's dropping any countersuits that they had against Disney at that time. But as part of it, they are admitting that what they tried to do is completely null and void. At the end, when they were trying to get the last-minute changes in the Reedy Creek Improvement District, all of that is null and void. It was all illegal. It was never going to hold up in court. And they were forced to admit that as part of this settlement.
This is the definition of a fuck around, find out scenario. Disney has had this luxury forever. And to be fair, they've kind of like, I don't know if the right word is earned it, but
Disney, them being here has been a massive thing for Florida over the course of the last 70 years or whatever.
Yes. And I think that's the point I want to make people understand is like, for those that are not from the area or have been to the area, it really is. There's no way to properly explain the importance of what Walt Disney World has done for Central Florida and Orlando tourism. It's impossible. It's so massive, the amount of jobs and revenue and attention that Disney since 1971 when it was opened has brought to Florida. It's crazy. And for all of those decades, it was perfectly fine. It wasn't until the last, I don't know, several years where Disney's decided to get in this political game, and their arrogance is really what caused all of this, because you decided to interject yourself into political policy, and then you misrepresented what's the official title for the parental
The parental rights and education bill.
Yeah, and they by the company called it the "Don't Say Gay" bill, just like the mainstream media ran with that. They interjected themselves into that while they were getting all of these passes. And so Ron DeSantis rightfully said, well, if you're going to fucking start running your mouth and try to get involved in policy decisions, then we're going to revoke all of these special privileges you have. And they deserve it. They deserve it because they, as a company, it's not their position to try to get into policy. And Ron DeSantis is one of the most popular governors in the history of Florida. I mean, he's turned the numbers insanely over to the Republican side, gotten more registered voters and everything like that. And so why would you go against the most popular person in the state of Florida? Why would you do that? Why would you involve yourself in that? So they fucked around and they found out, and I'm glad that happened to them.
And I think a lot of the timing is probably focused on the fact that this big shareholders meeting is coming up. I think they're probably going to try to make some fucking big announcement that they're going to do some either new park expansion, like something, something involving the parks here in the state of Florida. And they probably want to be past that so they can actually negotiate going forward with it. That's what I think the timing was. They finally realized that it was done. Obviously, we're not experts on that shit. Legal Mindset's been talking about this for a long, long time. So go check out his. I'm sure he did a recap video once this finally hit because he's been talking about them not having a leg to stand on for 2 years at this point.
So I'm happy that this has happened. I'm glad that it backfired on Disney. And maybe they'll learn to keep their mouths shut about things that they have no business talking about. But I'm glad DeSantis did this, and I'm glad he came out with the win.
Tobias for 10. I mostly do play with random. It's a fun time. Also, these companies realize that most of the female avatars in games are guys who like looking at hot women. There's a reason for those: cosmetics. I don't know. Ugly women have a problem with in the gaming industry. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Nomi without you gets 5 memberships. Thank you, Nomi. Anak Maman for $5. Second time Beardo saw himself was when he saw Nathan Lane in The Birdcage. Thank you, Anak Maman. Let's see. Joseph Frost Ghost, member for 10 months. Loving how poofy your hair looks today, Ryan. Best hair on YouTube. Thank you.
Hey,
Joseph
look at
Frost.
there. Look at there.
Appreciate it. Luis Cuevas for 10. Bro, I played the fuck out of that 50 Cent game. It had Eminem as a crooked cop. I don't remember that part. It broke my heart when the game split from G-Unit. Yeah, sad day. Michaela Ish, member for 6 months. Whole chocolate milk is the best chocolate milk, and no one will change my mind.
100%.
Top dog for 5. The WWE games from the N64 to Xbox 360 era were the best.
Those were awesome.
Snub Hammer for 2. Rippa needs to make the villain the diddler. Lord of the Rings nerd, member for 14 months. Hey, we're talking games. Where's Jay at? Haven't tried Helldivers yet. Looks good. Between Black Girl Gamers and P. Diddy, these N-words be wildin'. Thank you. He means nice people. These nice people be wildin'. Matt for 5. Def Jam Vendetta was a better game. Had Suge Knight, DMX, Red, and Meth PS2. I don't remember that. Charlie, member for 3 months. Yes, Sam Wankman. Oh, damn. Enjoy picking up the soap, liberal. Lance for $1.99. Sam Bankman-Fried going to get that Epstein drop. Peace or utter destruction for $1.99. I respect Ryan's opinions. Everyone else is stupid. Are you sure you're not an alt account of mine? A knockbomb for 5. Hit that like button like Tyrone's going to hit SBF's brown hole.
Oh, no.
Lance for 5. Cut Dan some slack. After all said and done, Dan has to live in Brazil. He's probably suffering a home invasion right now. Donna Hall for 10. Dan, I have a lot of gay friends. Just some advice. Men don't like cheap men either. Gen X Memories for 5. Hunt Brother Pizza is best gas station pizza. I like Hunt Brothers Pizza. I like almost all pizza, though. Taker for 5. Minorities do have to fight to exist as gamers. They can't afford games, so they have to steal them. You saw what those Best Buy employees did, right? Must have missed that.
I missed that one.
Figure Nagget for $5 says, Star Wars Sexplained got exposed for having a Grogu fleshlight, and now Lucasfilm are giving them a panel at the next celebration to talk about trans Star Wars
What?
kids' growth.
What?
I have to verify the validity of some of this.
What?
But thank you for letting us know. Gung Ho Mac for 5. In honor of the minority struggle in gaming, my nerdy home will now be known as Minority Home. Thank you, Gung Ho Mac. Over on Rumble, Vault Survivor, Cuba Gooding's best movie was in Lightning Jack. Ryan would agree based on Cuba's dialogue. I don't remember Lightning Jack. What is that?
Lightning Jack was that that was the that wasn't the kangaroo movie, was it? It's a kangaroo movie, right?
Maybe, yeah, it might
Is it
be.
the
I don't
kangaroo?
think I've ever seen anything like this.
But was he in that one? I don't even.
Yeah, it is actually. He was in it. Well, it's a Western comedy film. Lightning Jack Kane, alongside an Australian outlaw in the American West, lives with his horse Mate. I don't fucking know. I don't know
if I remember that one.
Never seen this movie. But now I got.
Yeah, Lightning Jack was a Paul Hogan.
Yeah. Which is why I thought you might be onto something with when you talked about the kangaroo. But no, somebody says you're talking about Kangaroo Jack.
Okay.
Anak Maman, abuser of Streamlabs, for $50. A Few Good Men was released in 1992. Jerry Maguire in 1996. Gooding's career ended after he starred in 2 box office bombs in a row, Rat Race and Boat Trip. You star in 2 massive box office bombs in a row, you get labeled box office poison.
Was Rat Race a box office bomb, though? And
that didn't happen for Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I mean, because I know Boat Trip was that one performed terribly, but like Rat Race was, I don't know if Rat Race is a massive hit, but I know people liked it. But he was also like Boys in the Hood was like the first movie that I remember him in. I don't remember when Boys in the Hood came out. Boys in the Hood is a great fucking movie.
Yeah, Rat Race only made $85 million on a $50 million budget. So
wow, man, Rat Race was good. Rat Race was really good. Did you ever see Rat Race?
I saw it a little bit. I owned it. It was, to be honest, it was one of those Blockbuster movies. We've talked about this before. You know when Blockbuster does the sales for their cheap fucking movies? Used to do that.
Yeah.
I bought that along with a bunch of others. So I owned it, and I've watched parts of it, but I've just had it on while I was doing other stuff, and I never really focused on the movie.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I looked it up. Boys in the Hood came out in 91. Boys in the Hood. Have you ever seen Boys in the Hood?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it's so good, dude. Such a great movie.
I need to watch A Few Good Men again. Top dog for 5. Did y'all hear about the Dan Schneider and Nickelodeon drama? To be honest,
I heard about it, but I don't really like that era of Nickelodeon. I had no really investment. And here's my thing. All I know is whenever somebody in Hollywood is directly like outed and the media pounces on it, it's not that I wonder like if he's guilty or not. I think most everybody in Hollywood is guilty of some fucked up shit, but it's like, why are they targeting this one guy? Did he vote for Trump? Did he like whatever? Like I don't know anything about the guy, but
he's a piece of shit.
Oh, he absolutely is 100%. But that's what I'm saying though. Like for one guy to get called out like that, when we know that Hollywood is rampant with people like this, like why do they focus in on certain people? You know?
Well, it's because this is a person who created like this little mini empire for Nickelodeon. Like all of their massive hits, he was the guy. He was kind of like the golden boy, and he had like a lot of control over what went on there, which is one of the reasons so much stuff focuses on him. Now, to be clear, even like as of right now, I don't think that there's any children or child actors that have come forward and say that Dan Schneider did something to them. That's something we have not heard. It's been from a lot of other women in the workplace that said he acted inappropriately, and people saying he doesn't, like, they weren't comfortable with him and he treated everybody like shit, and the things that he made the kids do, the sexual positions he put them in, was like very uncomfortable for everybody. But in terms of him actually doing something, I haven't heard anything about that. And even in this new documentary, they spell that out, that there's been no tangible shit about Dan Schneider other than him being a weirdo and a freak and putting the kids that way. But in terms of him touching anybody, I haven't heard that.
And again, I saw that there was this video of Ariana Grande or something that, like,
yes.
Okay. So then chat can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not saying I'm the most educated on this particular topic, because I don't even know much about Ariana Grande outside of she's a pretty big star. But I looked at his Twitter account, and he had made that tweet of like his response with the interview or whatever. But like, if I scrolled down his timeline, like one of the most recent things was like in 2019, and it was a picture of him and Ariana Grande and somebody else in 2019. And I'm like, at that point in time in 2019, she was one of the biggest stars in the world in 2019. So she had no obligation to hang out with this guy in 2019, yet she still was. But now I'm being told that he was doing all these horrible things to her or made her feel uncomfortable. Then why is she still hanging out with him in 2019? Again, that's just me on the outside looking in, because again, anytime I see Hollywood and the mainstream media targeting one person, when I know that Hollywood's full of fucking terrible people from top to bottom, I just have to go like, why is this guy being targeted? Not to say he's not a piece of shit.
Well,
or
the
weirdo.
thing was, he was protected for probably like 15 or 20 years. Do you know what I mean? Until just too much shit came out. But the real like horrific shit that happened was from other people that were on the set, like Brian Peck, somebody who was a dialogue coach and worked on a couple of Dan Schneider's projects. He sexually abused and like raped Drake Bell. And
but
like,
here's the thing about Drake. Isn't this Drake Bell guy a fucking freak himself? Like, doesn't he have all this weird shit in his past where like there's assault charges? He's been arrested. He's like, this dude has always got problems, right?
Yeah. So again, Drake Bell got raped by Brian Peck repeatedly when he was like 14 or 15 years old. And then after that, he's had DUIs. He had not assault or anything like that, but he was found to be sending text messages to a minor that were deemed inappropriate, and things like that. So yes, his life is also fucked up. Amanda Bynes' life is pretty fucked up. A lot of these child actors' lives are pretty fucked up.
It really comes down to where are the parents at in these situations? You know what I mean? Like, holy shit.
And that's really one of the things that new documentary that's out really focused on, was how parents felt like they were, if you brought up any issues, you were going to threaten your child's career. None of the parents like knew that was going on, right?
Yeah.
But they saw uncomfortable things on set. They didn't like the way some of the kids were being treated, but it was like, if you got them off the show, you'd never work for them again, and their kid's career might be over. And any parents that cause problems, they would actively work to push them away and get them off set. So it was like a don't speak up thing. And again, it's pretty fucked up. And a lot of those parents feel directly responsible and are in a lot of ways for exactly what happened. But say that in the case of Drake Bell, his parents were split up. His father was his manager, and his father was the one who was always there. According to the story and according to Drake now and according to other people that worked there, Brian Peck would basically, like, because his dad, Drake Bell's dad, knew this dude was a fucking weirdo, knew this dude was a freak, didn't like the way that he would be close to his son and touching his son, and he refused to let Drake be alone with him. Brian Peck then insinuated that his father was trying to steal money from him, that his father really shouldn't be his manager. That's bullshit. Drake Bell goes and says, "Hey, Mom, I want to live with you. I don't want Dad to be my manager anymore." And as soon as that happens and his dad gets out of the picture, like officially in that way, is no longer doing any of the stuff on set, that's when his mother ends up allowing Brian Peck to do one-on-one things with Drake at Brian Peck's house.
Wow.
And that was when he got fucking raped and shit. And
wow.
So like his dad was doing everything to try to protect his son. And as soon as that protection got out of the picture, that shit happened to Drake Bell.
It's almost like having a strong father figure in your life is a pretty valuable thing to a child. So Brian Peck, isn't the guy that And again, I never watched these shows.
Josh Peck, not related.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. There's no connection
I don't think
there,
they're
so-
related. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That is wild. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, like I said, that whole era of like Nickelodeon, I didn't really watch any of that, so I had no like direct ties to that. And then I saw these stories popping up about this. At first, when I saw Dan Snyder, I thought it was like Washington Redskins, you know.
No. Yeah.
And so then I saw the videos out there, and again, just I'm programmed to automatically question what else is going on because of a Hollywood person being outed. Not to say that they're innocent or anything like that, but I always think that there's more to the story with that. But ultimately, yeah, I mean, you know, I think Hollywood's overrun with horrible fucking people. And I just wish that all of them would get called out instead of like specific people. That's why, like the P. Diddy case, like it looks like that this is going to open up a lot of people. The Harvey Weinstein stuff, like more people should have been outed in the Harvey Weinstein situation. I think it feels like there was a lot of people that got that really were protected in that whole situation.
Like Leslie Headland.
Yeah, exactly. But interesting. Anyway, we got to wrap this up because I got open bar today. I'm going to be an open bar with Critical Drinker. And then we've got Helldivers 2 later tonight.
Not Naggardnall for $5. Another great 199 daily. That's what we're calling it now, just for Ryan. By the way, love seeing Crash Team Racing in the back. One of my favorite PS1 games.
Hell yeah.
Exalted Patriarch for 5. Top Dog is right. Heartbreaking. These are the ditties that got caught, but now the creeps will change tactics and keep going. Must watch. Yeah. I think that's on. It's on like Max right now. If people want to go watch that, that Nickelodeon doc. Quiet on Set. Quiet on Set's the name of it. So, and I think we're all caught up.
All right. And so tonight, my D-Day Cobra 199 channel, not D-Day Cobra, D-Day Cobra 199. That's where I'll be streaming Helldivers. Ryan on his Kick channel. I'll be on Kick as well. But Ryan on his RK Outpost Kick and your RK Outpost
Gaming.
So
right.
all these, I know people in chat, like you guys have too many fucking channels. We know we do. And then obviously, you know, the rest of the crew will be joining us. So yeah, I'll see you guys over on Open Bar a little bit later. What time is Open Bar?
5 p.m. Eastern.
5 Eastern, so 4 Central, which is where I'm at.
Unless there's been a time change recently or something.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Top Dog for 5 owner. How about Disney Channel was behind the scenes? No idea. I know that Brian Peck, after he got found guilty of sexually assaulting Drake Bell and got put in prison for like 16 months, literally got a job at Disney Channel on Sweet Life of Zach and Cody a couple years later, despite being supposedly forced to identify as a child predator. So
Yeesh.
That's it. On that happy note.
Hey, and by the way, shout out to Gary getting a shout out on Joe Rogan. And we have an article on geeksgamers.com covering that. So Gary is just he's everywhere, man. He's everywhere. It's fantastic to see. So all right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you for Open Bar on Critical Drinkers channel, and then for Helldivers 2 a little bit later. Can't wait. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.